Hello, seventh graders. Welcome to our technology class. This is week 21. So as we have every week, we have a new typing assignment. So thank you to the kids who have been keeping up. It looks like 86% of you have done the first one, 71% did the second one, 64% did the third one. So a lot of you guys are doing it. I'm proud of you guys for keeping up. And so this week, our typing lesson is paragraph practice. So please make sure you log in, get that done, catch up if you need to. This is an easy way to get 100 for your assignment for typing, right? So we're continuing with our internet safety digital citizenship lessons this week. So hopefully you've been keeping up with those. I did switch over. So we tried the Google Classroom and it seemed like it was working. Some of you guys were able to take the quizzes, but then some of you guys were not. So what I did is I made it into a Google quiz through where like kind of like the Vex code ones where I send you the link and you just click on it and you take it that way. But the only thing is you have to make sure that you put your first and last name in, your real name. Don't put a pretend name. I see some of you guys put pretend. I don't know it's you. So if you wonder why you have a 0 on something, it's because if I don't know it's you and your name is not in there, there's no way for me to obviously give you the grade because I don't know it's you. So when you click on the link this week to take the quiz for this lesson, please make sure you put your real name in there. Okay, guys? All right, so this week we're talking about a topic that should not be new to you because unless you're new to the school and this is your first year with me, but every year we talk about digital footprints, right? And we're going to review what that is. And we're going to be taking a look at some kids' digital footprints this week. We'll be investigating their digital footprints and hopefully getting you guys to see why digital footprints are important and how you can make sure that your digital footprint is something that you're proud of, right? And something that you would be okay if anybody searched you up, whether it was like maybe you were applying to a college and they're looking you up, maybe it's for your future job, right? Whatever you post online becomes part of your digital footprint. Okay, so we'll be talking about what a digital footprint is. And we will be looking at both positive and negative things about who we are online, right? And hopefully you have all positive things on there. Okay, so let me put on the video first, and then we will continue with the lesson. So let's watch this. Okay. So it really gets you guys to think about, like it says, like what do you want to leave in your digital footprint online, right? Because it is permanent. And I know I've shared some stories with you guys in the past about people. I mean, these have been people who were in high positions, politicians, well, a lot of politicians, people that have destroyed their lives through social media, posting inappropriate pictures. I mean, it's terrible what people do. And so you have to stop and think, whatever you post on there, it can, I mean, it represents you, right? So you have to really like, what do you like? who do you want to be online? Right. And if you remember back in sixth grade, that was kind of the lesson that we did, right? Like, who do you want to be online? And so it really gets you to think like part of being a good digital citizen is being responsible, to your reputation, to your character, being true to your values and your beliefs. Whatever words you post online, whatever images, videos, this all becomes part of your digital footprint, and it is important. Um, okay, hang on. Where am I? Okay, so the digital footprint, right? We already know this, but it's pretty much any information that you post online. It could be pictures, images, words. It could be posted by you. It could be posted by someone else tagging you. And it pretty much is part of your life online, right? And so what is an invisible audience? So these are people that you don't even know. Some people might be your friends or your followers, but I guarantee you, like, there's people who look at your stuff and you don't know who they are, right? Because I know I can go on to Instagram and I could look at people's profiles and they don't know I'm looking at their stuff. They don't know who I am, right? And so they can do the same thing to you. And so you have to stop and kind of like in the back of your mind, always have that thing like, people are looking at my stuff. Like, am I okay with what I'm sharing? Right. And that's also to keep yourself safe that you're not sharing any private information that shouldn't be on the internet. So this is just something for you guys to, I feel like you guys should already know this because we've been getting it into you since when we start these lessons in kindergarten, but we really start with, digital footprints in like third and fourth grade as you guys are getting more online. But so you've been hearing me talk about this year after year after year, but it is so important, guys, so important because this is your, if anything, gosh, people know more about you on the internet than they do anywhere else nowadays, right? Okay, so let's take a look at some of these things. So this says this is a private chat between Ileana and an anonymous friend. So it says, "Hey, I saw your blog. I thought you hated cooking. Oh yeah, I don't love it. I made it because the Truth Be Told application wanted to have a blog or something to show you have an audience online. Isn't that like cheating though? No, why would it be? I'm just doing it for the job application. If I'm hired, they don't need to know I can barely make toast. Who cares? So you're reading through this, and we're going to get to know these people because this is going to be part of your activity. But when you look here, this girl is going back and forth with somebody, and she's pretty much admitting that the things that she's posting online, she's doing it on purpose to help influence her application that she's trying to get onto this cooking show or something. And she's trying to make it appear like she knows something about cooking. So this is getting you to realize that how the type like how people portray themselves in their social media is not always accurate, right? I mean, people may try to embellish things, make it seem like they know what they're talking about or that they have experience for something. Maybe they do it because like for this girl, she wants to get into whatever it is she's applying to. For other people, maybe it's just they want to give a certain image off to people, right? And be like, oh, that person does this, right? And then it's like in real life, they're nothing like what their social media says. So hopefully you guys are starting to realize that please don't believe everything you see out there and think that everybody is who they say they are or who they portray themselves to be on the internet. Because I guarantee you, probably more often than not, people are so far from how they appear to be, right? And that's kind of like, what does that say about what's out there? So I'm just trying to think how to do this because, all right, so let me open up the activity. So hang on a minute, let me get it. And then, okay, so this is what we're going to be doing. So everybody will get one of these printouts, but we're going to imagine that we work for a media company called Talent Scout. And your job is to find a host for the new web-based reality show that will be seen by millions of teens. The show is called Truth Be Told, and it's about what happens in situations where people lie rather than tell the truth. As part of your research, you go online to dig up information about the candidates. So you have Ileana Williams. We just read a text message from her, and Drake Casey. So you're going to look at their social media, and you're going to try to decide which candidate would be best for the show. So let's take a look at some things from Ileana. So this is a personal statement. So she says, I'm Ileana, I'm 21, I'm a huge fan of web TV. I rarely watch anything else. My friends are always telling me I should try to host a show with lots of viewers because you see, I'm the best. In addition to being the sweetest girl you'll ever meet, I'm a talented cook and I'm passionate about cooking. You should see my food blog. I think it's important for the host of web TV shows to have a talent so they can keep the audience entertained. I'm funny, I'm cute, I'm down to earth, and I'm going to blow your socks off as the host of your new show. And then she puts the thing to her blog. So look at her. She looks like she's got her best picture here, and she's really talking about everything great about her. So now you're going and you're like investigating her on the internet, right? So now this is a Snap Talk story. So kind of like a Snapchat account or something. So you found this picture of her. She's got kind of like green and pink hair in the picture, just being me. Okay. So you're like, oh, interesting. She doesn't look anything like this girl in the other picture. So who is she? Who is Ileana? Then you come down to a blog, something on her blog, and it says last night's dinner. It says she made shrimp tacos, and then it says that my name's Ileana. I'm 21. Over the years, people have encouraged me to teach cooking classes for high school students, and this is my place to put my recipes. Then we see another Instapic. So pretend this is kind of like an Instagram. It looks like it's a picture of food. And then it says made this today, but somebody writes a comment on there and says, wait, isn't this a picture of what you ordered at Mimi's Cafe last week? So you're investigating her and you're like, wait a minute. So is she just pretending she made this and pretending that she knows how to cook? So we're kind of putting things together. Okay, here's something else that we found by Googling Ileana's name, some feedback on a shopping site. This frying pan is awesome. Love the nonstick surface. Really helpful for beginning cooks like me. So she's kind of saying she's beginning. So we find some information about her. Okay, so just kind of keep that all together. Now we're going to take a look at the next candidate. This is Drake. So he says, I'm 23. I'm born and raised in Boston, Massachusetts. And I was made to be the host of your new web TV show. As the host, I'd love to show off my voice and inspire kids with talent of my own. When I'm not out on the town with my friends or my wife, I'm singing with my band at home and hanging out with my cat, Fur Monster. Beyond that, I spend a lot of time online watching videos, stalking people. So in conclusion, pick me. I'm the best choice. So let's find out about Drake. So we find an online news article with Drake's involvement with a college wrestling scandal. So he was involved with a wrestling scandal. It says that 4 members of the wrestling team were suspended for the rest of the season for steroid use. And he's there, Drake Casey. So we're like, oh, interesting. Then we come to his profile on Facebook. It says Drake Casey, and we look up here. Drake, baby, our lead singer just bailed and we need someone quick. I know you've given up singing, but want to help us out. So we're like, oh, wait a minute. I thought he said he was singing. He gave up singing. And so we're just kind of looking around on his profile, looking for things, trying to find information out about him. Then this is a comment left on a local online news article, Teens and Steroid Use. It says, interesting how teen athletes get blamed for trying to be their best, yet their schools are super okay with pushing them to be winners. They like us to get them trophies and don't care how much we do it. It's only after someone calls us out that they get concerned. Then they throw us under the bus with no questions asked. Pitiful. So it looks like he's pretty mad at the school, but it looks like he may be admitting to using the steroids, but feeling pressured by his school. Then we come to his Twister account. So, and it looks like he comments on here. I applied to be the host for a new web TV series. Wish me luck. And he's got his thing on there. So that's what we have on them from our internet search. So now what you guys have to do is, after looking at both of the candidates, you're the executive producer. And no, I'm sorry, the executive producer chose Ileana to be the host. After she was hired, someone anonymously sent a screenshot of a conversation. So that was what we were just looking at over here. So this was the conversation about it's that, does she really even know anything about cooking, or is she just lying? So what do you think? So I want you to say, what do you think? After seeing the new evidence, do you think Ileana should be fired? Why or why not? So you guys have to answer that. And you obviously can't answer this thing because it says as a group, so you could just skip that part. But then on your own, look again at your original response. What had you not considered that other people brought up? So what do you think? And then it says, what if the show was not Truth Be Told, but something else? Would it make a difference what Ileana posted? Is it important that Ileana herself represent herself truthfully online? And what if someone hacked into her account to get the messages? Should that change the decision of the producers? Oh, so you know what? They changed this assignment a little bit, because last year when I did this with the 7th graders, they had you choose the person. But it looks like here they switched it up on me. So they actually chose somebody. They chose Ileana, and now they just want you to answer these questions and decide whether or not you feel like she should get fired, since you saw this the messages in the chat, and she's admitting that she lied on her profile. So you guys think about that. Like, this is definitely like one of those ethical topics, I feel like, because is it okay for somebody to lie on social media to get a position? Like, she got the position in the show. And like they said in the question down here, which poses a really interesting question, what if someone hacked into her account to get those messages, those chat messages? How do you feel about that? Do you think that's okay? I mean, for somebody to do that? And like, how does that fit into the whole thing with then firing Ileana, right? Because the information that we got that we're using to fire her with, what if they got that in a way that wasn't really legal, right? Hacking into someone's account, which this happens a lot of times. I feel like this happens, gosh, so often, even in the mainstream world, on the news, with a lot of the leaders in the world. We hear about all these things, the Russians hacked in, and the Chinese, and all this stuff. And I mean, people get information about all these people through their emails and their messages and things. And it's like, is that okay then to use that information? Since it was pretty much the way they got it, wasn't really in a, legal way. And so these are things that people, guess what? They have to think about these topics. Every single day, people are dealing with these types of things, right? And so think about it, be thoughtful in these answers. So I want you guys, I'm going to kind of switch up the assignment a little bit. So hopefully you're listening. I want you to answer the first question on your own. And then I want you to skip down, and I want you to answer these 4 questions here, okay? Because this says as a group, and that requires the group, and that requires the group. So let's just get rid of those. So just answer in part 3, answer all of the 3 questions, and then answer the first question here where it says take a stand, okay? And so that'll be good for you guys to think about, and get you to really kind of like, how do you feel about this topic? And hopefully get you to realize, how important digital footprints are, because someday this might be you. You're trying to get a scholarship, you're applying to a program, and they'll go and they'll Google you and they'll look you up and they'll see, were you involved in any wrestling scandals, or is who you say you are really who you are, right? And so you want to really think about this now as you're kind of building up your social, presence online. What types of things are you posting, right? And who are you online? So please be thoughtful with this. You can type your answers in and email it to me. And then there's a short quiz with I think there's like 4 questions. So there's like 4 questions on the quiz. So again, it's the link. So I'll be sending you the link. You can click on it, put your first and last name, and then answer the questions, and it'll automatically score you for that. Okay, so that's your assignment for this week. Make sure that you do your typing. And then that's it. And let me know if you guys have any questions, okay? All right, guys, have a good day. See you. Bye.